What's going on with the US dollar? It's having its worst year in decades. It's down 14% compared to other.
Yeah, usually the Treasury Department is the gold standard. I mean, people say the petrodollar replaced the gold standard, but that wasn't to back up the Treasury Department. The Treasury Department was the gold standard. They were the ones that enforced the gold standard and held the gold in their reserves. And thus, when Western nations would adopt the gold standard, it would simply deflate up the restraints and limitations on the Treasury Department. And thus, the Treasury Department was the safe haven rather than gold because gold was no longer needed because the Treasury Department had a boatload. The Treasury Department was loaded, and those investors felt secure investing with the government. And now that the government has gotten to the point where the debt, even for the United States, is it's too large to bear. They now the United States can't ignore their debt. They're going to have to do something. They're going to have to tax the rich, and they're not willing to tax the rich, at least not yet. So that as a result, they are flocking back to gold because that's the only other alternative. They can't invest in the stock market; it's about to crash. And now the Treasury Department is it's iffy. They don't trust the Treasury Department anymore. The government actually could actually default. So that's scary. I mean, if you can't trust the government, who can you trust? So now that it's gone, now this is the pivot back to gold, and that's why governments are starting to flock back to the gold standard. Like here in Florida, for example, it's Governor DeSantis, and thus that's what we're starting to see, because investors are already starting to make that move. So the government's going to be pressured into catching up and reinstating the gold standard. So that's what's happening.